Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of you. Dear brothers and sisters, subhanAllah, change is something we all want in our lives in some shape or form. SubhanAllah, if it's not new clothes, or a change in a house, or a change in a car, or even a change in a profile picture on Facebook, SubhanAllah, it's something we all want in our lives, alhamdulillah. And this is an opportunity from Allah, this month in particular, to give and put forth these changes. SubhanAllah, change at times can also be scary, but it's necessary for our growth and survival as human beings, and to develop that link with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this blessed month. SubhanAllah, everybody wants to change. Even, alhamdulillah, a 2-day-old baby wants to change. He wants his nappy changed. SubhanAllah, he doesn't know that feeling, but he's feeling it inside of him. And subhanAllah, he doesn't understand, he can't explain it in words, so he cries. Who does he cry to? To you, to me? SubhanAllah, no. Not to even to his mother or father. He cries to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. He asks Allah in his own way, his own language, through tears, that, oh Allah, guide me, bless me, remove me from this discomfort, subhanAllah, and Allah absolutely delivers. Because this is Allah, the most merciful. And He delivers and answers this baby's prayer through us, the mother and father, through the parents or the guardians. He answers these prayers one and all. And subhanAllah, change is necessary for us to have in our lives. Because if we don't have these changes, and we do not develop this link with Allah and obey His messenger, subhanAllah, we develop, so to speak, a rash around our own hearts. SubhanAllah, may Allah protect the baby and us. AMEEN. We develop these sort of rashes around our hearts that look like sadness, depression, anxiety. And as a Muslim, we shouldn't have these things because we have the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, what ultimately happens? Through the lack of the remembrance of Allah, your maker, my maker, the one who gave you life, the one who's going to take our lives away, the one we're going to be resurrected to, brought in front and asked questions of, subhanAllah, if we don't hear His message, our hearts, so to speak, become immune. And when we hear the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it just bounces off like some bulletproof vest of ours. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. This heart of ours is something that, if it's good, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, may God's peace and blessings be upon him and all his household, AMEEN. He said that there's a piece of flesh in your body that if it's good, it's all good. Everything is good, alhamdulillah. But if that thing is corrupt or bad, it's a wrap. Everything is over. And that's something we need to make sure of. And this link with Allah needs to be developed in this particular month. Why? Because this is the month of change. This is the month in which the Quran was given, which changed humanity at large. So what makes you think that this change isn't designed for you or me? This Quran isn't meant to be an ornament to be put on top of the, subhanAllah, in a little shelf, so to speak. No, it's designed to be read, to be implemented in our own lives, and to change us as a human being, as human beings and as a human being race at all. Look at what's happening in the world. We need this change right now, subhanAllah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala soften our hearts and open our hearts at the same time, and remove this immunity and come with the vaccine, because the Quran indeed is the vaccine of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is your manual, it is my manual, it is the instruction manual for mankind, alhamdulillah. It was revealed in this month. What reason do you or me have, have for not reading this beautiful book, this beautiful instruction manual from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If we're doing something, we're operating this machine in the wrong way. If it's not physical, it's spiritually. We're operating this machine completely wrong. Why? Because we're not reading the user manual. Yes, it is user-friendly, subhanAllah, it's sort of like plug and play, so to speak. But at the end of the day, we still need to know the finer details of how this machine operates. And the only way we can get that example is from reading the Quran. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us all. And if we have some questions about the Quran, or if we're not sure how this even works, we look at the instruction manual, then we look at the instructor himself, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the man, subhanAllah, who changed the world through a message. This is the true change. But we need to be the change that we want to see in others. If you want to be helped roadside one day, inshallah, may Allah protect us, you need to help someone else out. If you want someone to help you hold the door when you're bringing your luggage coming back from Yemen, Egypt, Pakistan, may Allah grant those places goodness, You need to hold doors for people with luggage or hold doors in general. We need to be on display. We are the ambassadors of Islam. It is our responsibility and our duty to respect Allah, to obey Him and obey His messenger, and to spread the goodness and to forbid the evils that are happening in the world. And how? Through change, changing ourselves, changing our hearts. And inshallah, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this beautiful month to change all of our hearts. And may He bless us and guide us all, and grant peace to Palestine and every other country that's having trouble. And may Allah bless you all, and may He change and soften all of our hearts, but most importantly my own. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.